Yeah, yeah. They call me Dutchie. You know where we at on Report Card Radio. With my man Mikey T, the movie star.
All right, Dutch, let's get back to it, man. Round two.
What's up with you, bro?
You know, back to this Major Figgas history.
Oh man, let's go. Let's go.
So tell me, man, how did your partnership with Dutch, how did the partnership with Dutch and Spade form into an actual duo, like say Mobb Deep, M.O.P., or the Locks?
Okay, so to be honest, we would have to start because it jumped so quickly. Spade was from Nicetown. I grew up in a section called Erie Avenue. So Nicetown and Erie Avenue are like neighbors. You know what I'm saying? So Spade was with a group called Lyrical Terrorists at the time. I was in a group called Black Vision with my partner Fatim. Bump was doing records with his brothers. You feel what I'm saying? They were called the Hunters back then. Then they had another group that Bump was incorporated in. But so the Hunters, which are Mark and Yanti, Bump's brothers, were rapping, we would say, man, from the early 90s on to now that Yanti is still producing for great artists to the day. Back to the situation, the meat and bulk of it. So they would have talent shows at the barbecues on the Ocho where Bump is from. It's called 18th Tioga. I remember going to one of the barbecues that they had, and I got on the microphone, and the only thing I could do was freestyle at the time. Yanti sees something, he sees that I have what it takes, but I didn't know how to put it in song form. He told Bump to teach me. Bump taught me. This is just the beginning. Bump taught me how to put the 16 bars together. So now we speed a little bit ahead. Now I'm a part of a rap group called Black Vision. After that, before that, Bump gave us the name The Children Under the Stairs because Bump had a team called The Children of the Corn. He actually was in a group called The Children of the Corn, him and his partner L. So, with him teaching me how to do it, now I'm like kind of venturing off on my own, listening to what I'm listening to. Me and Petey Crack are going to school together at Daniel Boone, which was the disciplinary school. So we're still growing, we're still rapping. And Bump was the key to pitting all of these things together. Lava was rapping already. Spade was rapping already. I was rapping already. Bump was rapping already. Bump had this idea, for all of us to start coming together. So Spade was so hot that, it's like, I guess Bump just saw the vision, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, as youngsters, we started just hanging out with each other. You feel what I'm saying? Spade was actually like one of the last ones to really start coming around. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like the beginning of Major Figgas was, we actually used to call ourselves Young Gunz before. Like, that was our first, little joint. And we really wasn't even really a group yet. It was like Bump was doing him. Gil was doing him. Gil started rapping after Wallow had met Bump. And Spade taught Wallow how to write a verse. So, with that happening, everybody just being friends and we're in the same neighborhood, you gotta remember, we didn't have social media. So, rap spread through word of mouth back then. So we were the ones that they were talking about in the city. So I recall me and Bump, after a while, Bump just, that's my best friend. To this day, that's my best friend. I can't say anything. We've probably had one serious argument in our life, and that was probably 20 years ago. So me and Bump just started like I remember Jadakiss and the rest of these guys. They would come to Philly and they sent somebody for Bump. They sent somebody for Bump. May Ruck rest in peace. They sent somebody for Ruck and they sent somebody for Chops, and they came and it was a guy named Hit that used to be with the Locks. So him coming to get him Bump would allow me to, roll out because we was spitting that shit. We was going crazy. So I remember going to Yonkers back and forth. Me and Bump Dan, they actually lived in Yonkers. Kiss and all of the rest of them. Like we all, we Kiss is spitting his horse and carriage verses at the time. And I came back to Philly and we had a meeting with this guy named Stevie G and Sadiq, who actually were the managers for Beans. So all this time, situations are occurring, and I remember Bump going to I want to say Virginia, and Bianca was down there rapping. You know what I'm saying? And he brings Bianca in. Then I remember Beans pulled up at my house. They was like, "Yo, we met this boy from South Philly. He, he crazy with it." So now we're at the stage. Now we're at the stage of we're trying to get a record deal now because they're talking about us so much. So the only people that could get you record deals back then were Mark and Sherman Byers, Sadiq, and Stevie G, and a couple of other people who could get you over there. So we all get together at Stevie G's house, right? And we're having this like real big, massive cipher. At this time, Gil was doing, everybody's doing their thing, trying to get a deal, trying to get situations. So we're at Stevie G's house and we're having a big cipher. Beans is going, I'm going, everybody's going. You know what I'm saying? Like we just rapping. And I would do this thing where I would say a hook, then a verse, then a hook. So from Spade hanging around me and me hanging around Spade, we built like a weird chemistry at that cipher. Everybody shot their whole clip. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody loaded the gun, shot the whole clip. And they were, everybody started to run out of raps. Except for Spade and myself. So I would spit a verse, drop the hook, Spade would jump right in with a verse. So it's like we was doing whole songs. So we got pulled to the side by Stevie G, and he said, "Yo, y'all should be a group. I can get y'all to deal with Unertainment." So I had an option to go to Rough Riders with Bump, and I apologize to Bump all the time for this. Like, I went for the money. You feel what I'm saying? And that's sometimes the mistakes that you make. You go for the money, and Un was offering us such a nice amount of money, and the situation that my mother was in at the time, I had to protect my family. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just like, I really wish I did go with the Rough Rider situation up. Not saying that Dutch and Spade was a bad choice. It was just entertainment at the time. It was Biggie's, you know what I'm saying, people. You feel me? It's Biggie's people. And it's just like, it just sounded correct. You feel what I'm saying? And from what I know now, if you look at it, Rough Riders and me and Bump being over there, we would have been huge. You feel what I'm saying? So me and Spade took what they offered over there. We had 5 record deals as Dutch and Spade, but Me and Spade didn't start off as young kids, grew up and said, okay, this is going to be my partner. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop brought us together as a group. And from that time on, we moved to New York together. They put us in the artist development stage. We had to live with each other. We had to eat, sleep, and think Dutch and Spade. You know what I'm saying? We had to actually become best friends. You know what I'm saying? And from best friends, we became brothers.
Yeah, a lot of people to this day remember Dutch and Spade.
Yeah, I mean,
not just because of the major figures, but because
well,
of outside of what you guys created too.
Things happened like Cameron's second album, the single we had with Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, things happened. Spade had to go away. You know what I'm saying? Spade had to go away for 14 years. You know what I'm saying? Basically. And, you know, that was a rough time. When you got an album done and you got Eve on it and you got Styles on it and you got Ludacris on it and, you know, Rottweiler did your first single and then you can't put the album out because your partner's in jail. Now today they would have just simulated and made it, you know, a way for it to come out, but back then it was, you know, and then, you know, just situations happened and, you know, he had to go away. So with him having to go away, I had to continue, but that's the just on, you know, me and Spade becoming Dutch and Spade. It was like, he was Spade, I was Dutch. That's why we couldn't even come up with a name for like a group name or none of that. It was just Dutch and Spade. It was like, you know, we didn't have a demo or anything. We went to Un's office. He put the beats on. We did the cypher thing again. I did songs. He said, yeah, I'll take them. Come on, let's go.